How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Season 3 NHL 25 Nashville Predators Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for the last episode. You can also leave a thumbs up in this one. I'd really appreciate it. Also, too, if you guys are watching this and you're somehow not subscribed, which probably isn't the case, go down, click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. As you guys can see here, the Detroit Red Wings won the Stanley Cup in our last season. As a Red Wings fan, I'm happy about that. Obviously, though, trying to get these Nashville Predators their first ever Stanley Cup. And I do think we're on the right path. I don't think we're going to be winning it this year, but last year we did make the playoffs. This year's team, I think, is even better. We got Philip Forsberg on that first line now in 93. Playing with Michael Misa there, who's a rookie this season, 84 overall, and Mitch Marner 93. I think Misa's got a very good chance to win the Calder. He's playing between two absolute studs, getting a ton of ice time, +4 chem boost. I mean, if he doesn't win it, I don't know. Second line there, Brad Marchand, we actually signed for 1 year. $8 million, no move clause. He was 87 when we signed him. He dropped in rating. I probably should have seen that happening, but I'm still, pretty happy with the signing. I'm hoping he does well on the veteran line, Stammer and Marchessault. Third line there, Evangelista, playing with Bob Cobbs, looked pretty good for us. Can kind of do it all. Again, I'm going to ask him to change position. Last time he said no. We'll see this time. Matthew Wood as well as his rookie season. Really good shot on him. Power forward. I'm thinking he'll be a nice player for us in the future. Foligno, Svechkov, Ratu on the fourth line. Ratu and Svechkov are both kind of our go-to guys on the PK. Svechkov especially there. Really nice offensive and physical stats. Now, top D pair. Josi, Clark. Are you kidding me? Absolute studs. Clark's 23 years old, 91 overall, and he's making 1.1 for this year and next. I mentioned last episode, his agent absolutely fleeced him. Anderson there and Yakimchuk on the second pairing. Thrun, Hudson on the bottom. I actually didn't expect Thrun to make the team, or even Hudson for that matter, but Hudson got up to an 80. He's actually playing second power play. You guys can see good passing stats there. Goaltending, of course, UC Saros is our starter. 91 overall now. He's actually gone up in rating. I think he might have gained the gold X factor there too. A new one backing him up. Now, speaking of the power play 1 there is actually both Clark and Josi. And that's just our first line, Forsberg, Marner, Misa. They get a +5, so hopefully do well. Second power play as well doesn't look too bad. Again, Hudson's the quarterback there. 4-man-1's a +5. 4-man-2 there we get a +4, which also is solid. PK-wise, you got Bob Svechkov top unit. Anderson, Josi. So Anderson's actually got pretty good offensive stats, but Hudson's better. Anderson's, going to be relied on more on the PK side. Ratu and Forsberg there. I think PK3 even. Still no negative chemistry. It's only until the second 3-man with Foligno there we actually get a -2. So I think the chemistry on this team is very solid. AHL-wise, they looked really good. Regular season, haven't really done it for us yet in terms of winning a Calder Cup, but you guys can see first line there, all 79s. Ratu's brother. If we do need to call someone up, maybe we'll call him up there. Suzuki, we signed as a free agent. Teddy Stiga there, the American hero. So, I mean, we've got some guys maybe can make the NHL team for us in the future. Melendijk, for sure, I think, will make it eventually, although with Cole Hudson now on the team, I don't know if his spot's kind of gone. You guys can see the AHLD is honestly really stacked, mostly 79s. Spencer Knight as well, 81 starter. Should be a huge boost in net. And now in regards to our ratings for this season, guys, you can see we got 92 offense, 88 defense, 90 goaltending. We've got a few players there with zone abilities, plus Saros is not even shown. So I do think we'll be a good team this season. Hopefully can actually have a deep playoff run as well. Now it's kind of funny, guys. Montreal's actually offering Alexander Carrier back to us with a third and a fourth. They want Mertka, though, and a third. So I'm going to say no. I think he'll actually be better, not too long. And now look at this, guys. Utah just made us a pretty big offer. Lawson Krause, Valimaki, a fourth and a fifth for Emil Gute, Gustafsson. Honestly, not a terrible offer depending on Krause's rating. I could see him probably, honestly, though, he'd only be fourth line, right? Because we want Wood on the third. He's also 82. I thought he was still like an 85. I take that back. Valimaki, yeah, 80 overall. Never mind. That was actually a bad offer. I thought Krause was a lot higher rated. And look at this, guys. New York Islanders offering us Adam Pelech, 3 years left at 5.75. 2/3. They want Kennins, though, as elite potential. And Schaefer. I don't know about that. Kennins, I don't really want to give elite prospect. Plus, Pelech is probably bottom. I guess he could take out Yakimchuk on the second pairing. 85 overall defensive defenseman. He's very good defensively. Ooh, this is an interesting one. I just think the price is a bit too high. If they come down, though, say come trade deadline, I would actually be interested in maybe getting him back. So we're now in December, guys. I think a really good record, 23-11, which actually has us second place in the division. Only one back there of the Jets. AHL team, 15-10-3, so they're in a playoff spot. Nothing, amazing, but still solid. And right now, guys, leading the NHL team in scoring, no surprise. Philip Forsberg, 53 points, and Michael Misa already has 30. I think, honestly, like I said, good chance to win the Calder this year. Also, guys, I totally forgot the beginning of the season, but there are some contract extensions we have to do. Reason I forgot is, as you can see, all the top players there signed long-term. Most of them no move clauses. Now, Aatu Ratu could get a new deal. He's up to an 86, playing fourth line, first PK. He's going to ask for more than if we'd done this beginning of the season, but it's still very reasonable. $3 million on a 1 year for an 86. 2 years at 3. 3 years is 3.3. 4 years. I mean, He's a fourth liner for us, but he does give us, great PK. He also could move up for sure, depending, like, March or so, Stammer retire. I think Bobkov goes to the second line. Ratu definitely is a third liner for us at that point. 3 years, he's got some interest. I'm going to try 3.5 for 3. Like I said, this is paying him to be a third liner, not a fourth liner, even though I know that's where he's playing right now. Stamkos, crazy, he's the same rating as Stamkos now. Nick Foligno's definitely just one and done. Goalies were good. So actually, yeah, we just had Ratu there. And there we go, guys. Ratu accepted the offer. I think, like I said, he'll be really good for us in the future. And now look at this, guys. Another team offering us defensemen. This time it's the Devils offering up Siegenthaler with Rodriguez. Now the thing is, guys, they also want Kennan's their elite prospect. Now even though he's only 62 overall at 20 years old, he just needs like one random summer to jump up, and all of a sudden he's a legit player. Siegenthaler, though, is even better, honestly, potentially, than Pelech. Like 92D awareness there. I don't know. He's got solid physical. It's just really not the trade I was trying to make. Again, I do think, teams are realizing Henry Thrun's our number 6, so they can, try and give us something to improve on him. But for now, not giving up an elite player. And now the St. Louis Blues are offering us Cam Fowler. They want a high starter goalie back for him. Again, I think these teams are asking for a bit too much. I feel like once we get to the deadline here, we can get a number 6 defenseman. Like I said, replace Thrun, make an upgrade on him for a lot cheaper. The Ducks want to give us McDonough and Kaloran, but they want back Cole Hudson. Hudson's entry-level deal for 4 more years. And if you guys are wondering, the reason he's on a 4-year there is to essentially mimic his college years. Now, the Sharks offering us Zetterlund. Again, they want to lead goalie back. Honestly, we don't need forwards either. We'll need forwards maybe when Stammer and Marchessault retire. Right now, though, we have more than enough. Kevin Hayes. I think a lot of these offers are just not that good. This is funny. The Capitals want Hudson back, offering up Dvorak and TJ Brody. That is a no. You guys should have held on to him. Now, this is an offer from the Senators. Oh, my. Drake Batherson on a 3rd-round pick. Nick Jensen. So not only do we get a defenseman, but we also get Batherson. Now, they do want back Cole Hudson and D'Agostini, elite potential goalie.
Are you sure about that?
If we could swap out maybe Hudson for somebody else. Wow, Jensen, let's see. He should be decent. 82 overall, yeah, defensive defenseman. 89 D awareness, 91 shot block, 85 stick check. He's basically like almost as good defensively as Siegenthaler and Pelech. Obviously not, but he comes at a much cheaper price. But then we're getting back Drake Batherson, 88 overall. What the heck? I'm pretty sure earlier in the year, we were matched up with the Sens. I thought he was actually the leading scorer for the Senators. Playmaker there. Why? I guess they don't think they can resign him. 3rd-round pick. D'Agostini here. Okay, I don't know why. I thought D'Agostini was a goalie, and that's why I couldn't believe this trade offer. I think I need to get my eyes checked. He's a defenseman, plus they want Cole Hudson. Okay, yeah, no, we're not giving up our elite defenseman, even though Batherson is very good. At the end of the day, he is a rental. And looking at Henry Thrun's stats here, like, they're not that much worse than Jensen. So, I mean, I would trade him 1-for-1 for Nick Jensen, because he has signed 1 more year at, a much cheaper deal. Obviously, we have young players coming up, though, and then Jensen gives us, more chance to win right now. And yeah, the Sens say yes, so I don't mind a little bit of an upgrade there. And the nice thing about getting Jensen, guys, is it actually allows Hudson to go back to his natural left side. We'll have to talk to both of them, see if one of them will change the scheme fit to have a bit better chemistry there. Also looks like Anderson's actually gone up in rating. Yossi, was he at 93? He might have been. Yakimchuk there, still 85. So yeah, looking at the team, Misa's now at 86, and he's up to, what is that, 52 points, 60 games. I think he's got a very good shot to win the Calder. Forsberg's now at 94, so yeah, looking at the squad, maybe could bring in somebody to upgrade Foligno, who has dropped for that 4th line. Other than that, I think defensively we're more than fine. Goaltending, of course, we are set with Saros. So, yeah, not too much to do with the deadline. And speaking of that, guys, we are at the deadline now. Record there, 36, 21, and 4. We're now 3rd place in the Central, and we're pretty far back, Stars and Avalanche. Luckily, though, we're above the couple wildcard teams. The Pacific is terrible. Golden Knight, 68 points, wouldn't even be a wildcard if there was no divisions. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen it that lopsided. Especially, like, you got the Oilers there still, McDavid and Draisaitl. Golden Knights are a good team. I don't know what's going on in that division. And it seems like I can never be in that division. I'm always in the stacked one. I know the one time we were on Ottawa, Atlantic was insane. The Metro was crap. Always seems to be the case. So I would call us conservative buyer. I'm not giving up future first. I'm not giving up prospects right now. Just because a lot of the core on this team is still aging. It doesn't make too much sense for us. Jason Robertson never got signed. What? I thought he did. He had one team interested. Dallas there still holds his rights, I guess. Well, I gotta check out what happened there. Dougie Hamilton, Drake Batherson. I mean, I guess there is potential to make a move for him. Matthew Wood goes down to the 4th line, probably. Brady Shea, Jared McCann, Andrew Kopp, Drew Doughty, Blake Coleman there, who actually probably would be a better fit for us in the bottom 6, better defensively. Adam Pelech, Siegenthaler. So Robertson's 27 now. He must have been 26 in an RFA, so maybe that's why Dallas was the one team interested but couldn't get him signed. I do hate when superstars like that don't sign because it almost never happens in real life. So I wish the game really just, prioritized that. If Dallas couldn't get him signed, then they would trade him instead. Now I'm looking here, Blake Coleman, modified NTC. He would come to our team. And like I was saying, quick look here at his defensive stats. 91 D awareness. Oh my goodness. I think maybe they were focusing on his defense. I don't think it starts that high. 94 shot block, 84 stick check, 4-star physical. Yeah, so Batherson would be nice, but he's a top 6 player. Coleman actually fits this team much better. 86 overall. 35. I mean, we know we're getting him 1 year. Don't even have to have them retained. And what's kind of funny too, guys, he'll actually be joining his teammate there in Rasmus Anderson. We have a first this year. I don't want to give it up. I would definitely rather give up a third. We have 3 fourths. What if we give up our third, our fourth, and our 5th? 3, 4, 5. The value's actually on their side. Calgary would be under league minimum, so hopefully, I hate when that's the case, so it's like they need to retain to stay above the cap, but then they actually, think that you're getting a better trade, even though they literally need to do that. 3, 4, 5 for Blake Coleman. Flames reject. Wait, what? I've never seen this. Wow. I guess Nick Foligno would probably be scratched, right? So we could send Nick Foligno back the other way. And now they say yes. Okay, so I think that's a big upgrade. Foligno was down to 79. Coleman's an 86. Coleman probably does go third line. We'll have to drop Matthew Wood down to the 4th line just for the last month and a half in the playoffs. But he'll understand. We're making, some plays here trying to win a cup. And now this is an interesting one, guys. Minnesota Wild just offered us Lyndon Lakovic for 2 third-round picks and a Hotyuk. I think that's a pretty solid offer. This is a guy that's supposed to go first-round pick this year. Of course, in the game, he went, first round 2025, number 29. 71 overall at 20. Still obviously needs to grow, but medium top 6 there. Power forward, left wing, or center. I feel like the thirds, maybe we get a player as good as him, probably not. Hotyuk's already 26. AHL team, they can probably be fine without him. I think, we have to take former first here for a pretty good offer by the Wild. And now the trade deadline's complete here, guys. Again, we just made a couple small moves there. Kind of interesting. Buffalo gets Vinny from the Oilers. Should be a good young goalie. Our trade there for Lakovic. Dante Fabro there going to the Lightning. McDonough to the Hurricanes. Zetterlund there to the Sabres. Okay. Gavrikov to the Panthers. You got Cates there to the Kings. Evan Rodriguez there to the Minnesota Wild. Ryder Ritchie to the Devils. Adam Metz there to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kevin Hayes to the Avalanche. Marino to the Leafs. Let's see. Our trade for Coleman. You got Bjorkstrand going to the Jets. It's kind of interesting. Dursey to the Flyers. All right, so no huge names, but pretty active deadline. Also, guys, I totally forgot to change Bobkov's position at the beginning of the season, but honestly, it might have been good to wait, as our persuasion success is now very convincing. So change position. He still says no. All right, guys, so after the trade deadline, here's an updated look at the team. I actually mixed it up quite a bit. The first line is, of course, staying the same. They're playing really well. After that, we've actually got Bobkov now on the second line. Again, elite potential. Maybe this will get him growing more. He's playing with Stammer, who's down to 84, lost all his X factors. He is 37, so I feel like it's pretty understandable. We got him at 1 more year at $8 million. Can't move his contract. Full NMC. March still playing with him there, and actually kept his rating. He's only a year younger. Marchand as well dropped in rating by 1. Also lost tape to tape. He's playing with Ratu there. He's up to the third line with Evangelista. Then we got Wood on the fourth line with Svechkov and Coleman. Reason behind Coleman, fourth line, he's going to be on the top PK. He's a rental, so, rather give the ice time to other guys. And then Marchand, of course, is just a better scoring. Like, his shooting, passing stats are both higher. Defensively here, Yossi Clark still our top pair. Anderson Yakimchuk second. And then Hudson and Jensen now get a +4. I talked to both of them about the scheme fit, and they were both willing to change. I tried talking to some other guys as well, and most of them were telling me no, which is kind of interesting. Sorry, it's Forsberg on the first unit, but on the second unit here, you can see we got both Coleman and Jensen. So I'm really hoping, bringing in those guys just kind of solidifies the team. And in terms of the AHL team, guys, I think they're more or less the same. Again, they're a playoff team. Hopefully, you can maybe win a Calder Cup. And we're now in the season here, guys. Record of 51, 27, and 4. I think 50 wins on the year is a very good season. And still, we're only third place in the Central. And over in the Pacific, you got the Oilers winning the division with 88 points, which again, not only doesn't get you a wildcard spot, it would actually have them second last in the Central. Absolutely crazy to see. AHL 40, 25, and 5 has them second place in their division. So both teams in the playoffs this year, which is awesome. And look at this, guys. Philip Forsberg popped off 116 points. Are you kidding me? That is for sure his best season ever. That's why he's up to a 94 now. And yeah, like the closest to that was 23-24. He had 94 points, which I think is very, very good. 116 is crazy. And he's playing with Marner at 99, one shy of 100 sucks. And then Michael Misa in his rookie year, 75 points. He's up to an 87. I think that's got to be winning the Calder. Plus, he's got a +12. Definitely, I think that's an awesome line. Yossi, 71 points, still getting it done at 36 years old. Stammer even, 65. He's 37. He's gone down in rating, lost his X factors. Dude is still producing. Same with Brad Marchand, 64. Again, like, weird how, like, these veterans, even though they lose their X factors, they still sim really, really well. Jonathan Marchessault as well, over 50 points. Coleman 44. Take a look. He's playing fourth line with us. Yeah, 4 points, 21 games, -5. But we got him for the PK. Evangelista 40, which isn't too bad. Anderson, same thing. Bobkov 36. Hopefully, he started to produce a bit more on the second line. In terms of goaltending, Saros there 908. Newman there only at a 900, but not terrible for a backup. Spencer Knight in the AHL had really good numbers, 918. Krona actually worse numbers as backup than he had as a starter. Leading the AHL in scoring again is Dargachensev, Nestorenko behind him, Stiga there, Ratu's brother, Stranges, Suzuki. And in terms of the entire league, Philip Forsberg won the Art Ross Trophy. Are you kidding me? I wish I would have made his goal for the year to win the Art Ross, but I didn't think he had any chance. That's incredible. I don't know if I've honestly seen Forsberg win the Art Ross. Usually tough to do with a player on your team. He beat out McDavid there by 2 points. Matthews behind them, Draisaitl, Pastrnak, McKinnon for the 100-plus point players. But wow, Marner on the first page as well. And actually, Forsberg 61 goals puts him top 3 in scoring. Pastrnak puts 72. Are you kidding me? And then Matthews there is 62. Matthews and Pastrnak just, score at will basically in the sim. McCarr there, 92 points. Again, I mentioned so many times, cheat code. Renski, though, right behind him. In terms of the goaltending stats here, Samsonov had the most wins. Now with the Avs with 44. Save percentage-wise, it's going to go to Kochetkov, who's now with the Columbus Blue Jackets. He put up a 918. And then goals against here for a starting goalie is Ottinger, 256. So honestly, not sure who they're going to choose for the Vezina. Rookie skaters here. Michael Misa, yeah, absolutely crushed it. 75 points, plus 12. Most points, looks to be the highest, plus minus. McKenna there, the next closest, 53. So we got a Calder winner for sure. And now in terms of the entire league here, guys, so the Avs got first, Stars second. Wow, we had third in the Central and third in the league. Are you kidding me? How typical is that? And then look at this. Chicago, Utah, Buffalo, Islanders all did better than Edmonton, Vegas, and the Seattle Kraken, who get in at 22 with 85 points. That is just pathetic. Pittsburgh there, now in last place. Goals for the Avs were first. We were second. Again, huge year for us. Goals against, we're not the top of the page, but also not the bottom. So I guess somewhere in the middle, which means, we could probably add some defense. Saros, is a very good goalie, so I'm not concerned there. And now in the first round here, guys, we have the Dallas Stars. I'm not sure if any of you checked out my 2025 draft class video yesterday, but we had troubles getting by Dallas. Hopefully Nashville here can get it done. And looking at the Stars, they got Nick Schmaltz first line. He's a guy we let go. Honestly, in retrospect, I know hindsight's 2020, but we should have re-signed him over signing Marchand. $5.2 million as well. Like, that's a good contract. The thing is, he's 31, and he's a longer-term deal than Marchand. I feel like we have players coming up, but he's probably going to want some revenge on us. Playing Johnston is now at 92. Rupe Hintz, Stankoven. Kopitar they signed as well. So, a former player of ours, a guy we wanted to get. That's funny. Yzerman there. Appleton, Duchesne, Bjork, Tanev, Kupari, Evander Kane. Luckily for us, Jason Robertson doesn't have a contract. Defensively, same top pair. Lundqvist, Harley, Robertson, and Labushkin. And then goaltending here, Andre, their starter, 89 overall. So, yeah, Dallas Stars, definitely a good team. But without Jason Robertson, they're obviously not quite as good as they could be. And the first 2 games here, guys, are going to be in Texas. Game 1, 4-1 loss. And then game 2 is another loss, 3-2 OT. So, at least that one was close. Headed home now, Smashville. We need at least 1 win. obviously, but come on, we can't get swept. And game 3 is the loss, 2-1. Game 4, are you kidding me? So, yeah, Dallas is just unreal in the sim. They beat us 4-0, round 1 sweep. That is tough to see. AHL, we got the Manitoba Moose in round 1. Unfortunately, they also lost their first game. Luckily, they win their second, though, 1-0 OT. Game 3 is another win. Game 4 is a loss. So it all comes down to Game 5 here. And they pull it out, 2-0 win. Let's go. So we now have the Iowa Wild in the second round of the AHL playoffs. First game, there's an OT loss. Second game's a win. Third game's a loss. Fourth game, do or die. OT loss, you kidding me? So, a close series, right? 2 of the 3 games went to OT. Even the one that didn't, we only lost by 2. We'll just say it was a empty netter goal, basically a 1-goal game. So AHL team, I think, they're definitely on the cusp of winning a Calder. And the playoffs are now complete, guys. The Avalanche, they actually won the Stanley Cup. Tucson Roadrunners with the Calder. Draft lottery will be coming in here. This is the 2027 lottery. So Montreal gets Landon DuPont. Are you kidding me? That happened in my other video, and I was saying, imagine Landon DuPont and Lane Hudson as the top D pair in Montreal for the next 20 years. Like, ridiculous. Wow, okay, so we'll have to take a look at the playoff tree now, the awards, all that stuff. So the Avalanche here beat the Wild in 6, Stars in 6, Oilers in 7, and then the Blue Jackets there in 5. Kind of crazy, actually, the Seattle Kraken even made it to round 2 of the playoffs as a, 25 seed or whatever they were. I'm also curious, guys, playoff scoring. Michael Misa led the way as a rookie. Are you kidding me? Marner, Forsberg, everyone else had either 1 or 0. Saros below 900, need better than that from our starting goalie. Also, Forsberg there's now at 95 overall, absolutely incredible. So awards there, Stanley Cup and President's Trophy, an absolute clean sweep for the Avs. They also made the Stanley Cup final last year before losing to the Red Wings. Individually here again, Forsberg, Art Ross Trophy. McDavid though gets the heart. Are you kidding me? Come on, voters, give it to Forsberg. McCarr, another James Norris, 3 straight for him. Nylander, Lady Byng. I got Misa there with the Calder as we expected. I mean, crazy we got the Art Ross Trophy winner and the Calder winner. Like, that's huge. McKinnon gets the Conn Smythe. Hellebuck got the Vezina there. And then Shesterkin got the William Jennings back-to-back years. Lindgren, Bill Masterton. Dean Evison there got the Jack Adams. I think if Blue Jackets make the playoffs this year, he has a very good shot to win it. Beniers, Selke Trophy, Matthews, Ted Lindsay, and then Pasternak, Maurice Richard. In terms of the AHL, of course, we didn't win the division, so we'll have no team awards. Looking at all the individual ones here, I don't think we're going to be getting anything. Theo Lindstein, best defenseman. Actually, Spencer Knight, best goalie. I mean, we had is he 81 overall down in the AHL? I would expect him to win that. Surprisingly, he doesn't have the lowest goals against, though, so interesting. I think that just kind of shows how bad Krona played as the backup. And our next year, guys, are taking a look at retired players. I mean, we got some guys that definitely could retire. Ovi there calls it quits, obviously smashing Gretzky's record, and he retired a Philadelphia Flyer. Wow. In his final year there, he still had 55 points at 41. Very impressive. Didn't even lose his Schneip X Factor. I feel like the last one Ovi should have is the 1T. Letang retired with the Sharks. Foligno, they retired after we traded him away. I mean, we didn't win a cup, so I don't feel too bad about it. Thomas Tatar, Sam Gagner, Tyler Johnson, Jeff Petrie, Matthias Ekholm there. How old is he now? 37. So, like, yeah, Stammer's going to be 38. I think Marchand's going to be 39. Marchessault's going to be 37. Like, we got some guys that could retire next year. Although I don't think we bring Marchand back. And then look at this, guys. Marc-Andre Fleury finally called it a career there at 42. Probably should have retired last year because it looks like he retired as a free agent, but whatever. And now look at the 2027 draft class here, guys. You can see Lennon DuPont went first overall. If you're wondering what happened, I had to go to the bathroom. Apologies for that. So after that, you can see tons of elite players. Oh my goodness. Rick Coop. Okay, you got Pelosi there. Alexis Joseph. Jacobson. Okay, so we got lots of guys. I think McCammy's elite as well. He's at least high top 6. And as you can see, it starts to get a little bit worse. Brock Cripps, he's high top 4. So a lot of good players. We're going to be in the middle. We could maybe move up a little bit, try to get somebody. I know a lot of you guys I saw saying you don't like it when I go up too high like last year, getting Stenberg, and honestly, I do agree. It's a bit too easy to trade up at the draft. So where are we picking? Wow, 25 as a first-round exit. That just seems kind of criminal, but it was because we got 3rd place in the entire NHL. And in terms of gems here, we got a starter goalie in 2 who's not going to go till end of the second, which honestly isn't great value. I'll probably just pass on him. And now sorting by potentials. Hopefully our scouts found some steals. Like, our scouts getting better and better. This American goalie, 4th rounder. So see, chance at elite, he's probably at least starter. That makes a lot more sense than the gem. Also got a guaranteed low top 6 German player here. Going to go 7th round. Now, we did draft somebody like that in the last episode. And they ended up being medium bottom 6. So hopefully game doesn't screw us again. And like I said, Brock Cripps could be a guy we move up a little bit for. Stenlin actually late 1st. Guaranteed medium top 4 is not bad. Parrott as well going to go like late 1st, early 2nd. Same with Cyphers there. And honestly, guys, I'm thinking about it here. I don't think we need Brock Cripps because he's an offensive defenseman, which we already have quite a bit of. If anything, this guy here, Jeff Beta, could be better. Similar style Edward Vlasic. Might be NHL ready. So yeah, they think offensive. I'm guessing he's actually probably like a 2-way, maybe even defensive defenseman. I might trade up for him instead. Don't have to go as far. And again, worst case, we could take Noel Stenlund. Thing is, let's see. Similar style Chelios, guaranteed 2-year NHL ETA. But unfortunately, 13 to 16, no one has their pick on the block. You got the Panthers there at 12, Minnesota Wild at 22. So you know what? We'll just keep our pick. See what happens. So we got a medium top 4 going right before us. Gonna be a lot of medium top 6 forwards, medium top 4 defensemen. Let's take a look here. Beta was elite potential, 80 overall as well. Honestly, even better than I expected. He goes to the Blackhawks, so we should have made that move. Griffin there as well, 80 overall. It's always like the creative guys that slip in the draft. I don't know what the reason is for that. 2-way defenseman, yeah, he would have been nasty, but we still have our guy as well, so not the end of the world. Brock Cripps there at 14. Scantleberry, you guys can see some of the other players. McCamey was elite potential. Jacobson, of course, Joseph. So I mean, yeah, pretty stacked draft. And look at this, guys. In the first round, we just took this Stroder prospect, 73, medium top 6 sniper. Honestly, we could use a sniper. I didn't actually mean to take this guy. I was spending way too long looking at all the prospects, was not paying attention to the time, and that is what happens. Clearly, my draft right now is just totally off. So the guy I'd still like to get is Stenlin. Also could get, I guess, Parrott there or Cyphers. Just, you know, add a defenseman here. Cyphers can be like an early 2nd rounder. And look at this guy, Stenberg's already 83, so he's definitely making the jump next season. Also, Misa up to an 88. And our next year, guys, are trying to get the Rangers' 1st round pick, 30th overall. offering up a new one who they want. I feel like Spencer Knight can easily be the backup. And then we got a second round pick, 2029, fourth rounder this year. Rangers say no. Maybe we try throwing in like Kuliachonic. I doubt that pushes it through, but oh, it does. Okay, so we're going to get one of the defensemen we want here. Probably just the highest ranked guy, which is going to be Stenlin next to go. We'll do a quick little check here. Chris Chelios, 2 years guaranteed. Kenneth Perrott here. Samuel Stallard-Vlasic, 1 year NHL ETA guaranteed. Okay, I'm probably going to go him then just because higher rated. Then Wes Cyphers, also Edward Vlasic, NHL ETA 1. Shooting and puck skills, guaranteed A-. And then Perrott there's got A- physical, B- everything else. The offensive defense and there's defense is actually a C. And also, like I mentioned, we already have a lot of offensive defensemen. So I'm going to go Kenneth Perrott here. And 73 overall, medium top 4 defensive defenseman. I think that's pretty good, late first round. And our next year, guys, we're trying to get traded the Dallas Stars, moving up in the 4th round to get that elite goalie. And then I'm offering them a 6th in the future for a 7th this year to get that low top 6 guy. They say yes, which makes sense. Obviously, moving up 1 round technically. So our goalie should still be there. He's supposed to go like 110. We're picking 102 here. Pick 6 in the 4th round. And he is still there. Theo Comiskey, please be elite. And he is. Let's go. 54 overall. Just too easy to get those goalies. And then last pick here now, guys, in the 7th round, this German forward, Karl Jahr. Low top 6. And he is low top 6. There you go. He's also 60 overall, which for a late 7th rounder is pretty good rating. And we're now the re-sign phase, guys. Check this out. Forsberg and Marner are both 95 overall now. That's incredible. I feel like having those two players on his wings, Michael Misa is going to get better and better. Yossi even 94 overall at 37, super impressive. Clark, of course, 91 on the insane contract. I think Anderson even went up in rating. I want to say it was an 88. March is still there, 87 is actually nice to see. So Brad Marchand we could bring back. At 39 years old, though, I think we can let him go. We're actually going to have a lot of money here. We got just under 16 million, and we don't really have too many guys to re-sign. So definitely can be active again in free agency. Now, because Clark's going to need a big raise, and if Yossi keeps his rating and doesn't retire, he'll also want, a good amount of money. We're probably, again, just looking for a 1-year deal like we did with Marchand. Also, Bobkov's going to want paid. Svechkov, Yakimchuk will need some sort of raises. Coleman for the right price I would bring back. $3 million. Honestly, he's really good defensively. Just to have like a super 4th liner. Try offering him like 275. If he says no, we'll bump it up a bit. But I think like we probably are close. Also too, we have Stenberg here joining the team. So like immediately he's Marchand's replacement. Also guys, I just noticed Svechkov's up to an 85. So kind of crazy. Like him and Ratu are supposed to be our 4th liners. And they're absolutely just crushing it in their roles. I don't know if we just keep him on the 4th or what. Now, next year, we're going to bring back a Ratu just because, his brother's on the team. I feel like it's the right thing to do. Now, look at the defense, guys. We could bring Jensen back. Again, for a bottom pairing guy, like, can't really ask for more than that. 890 awareness, 91 shot block. Physically there, maybe body checking could be a bit better, but I think he was a good match with Cole Hudson. Like, he grew in rating. 2 years, 2.2. He's 36. I definitely want him for 1 year, which drops it quite a bit. I'd give him a bit more, though, to say yes to a 1. I'll do 2.5 for 1. If he says no, definitely can go find somebody else in free agency. And then goaltending here, Ravensburg is actually up to an 83 now. So he'll be the backup next year behind Saros. Hopefully, doesn't pull in a scare off and demand a trade. But as you guys can see, we're kind of stacked at goaltending. Knight did really well in the AHL this season. And then looking at like the prospect goalies, we've got 4 medium elites plus a high starter. Again, I think it's just too easy to draft, elite goalie later in the draft. And there we go, guys. Blake Coleman's coming back. I wasn't sure if he'd say yes to that. Nick Jensen rejects. He didn't want 1 year, so yeah, we'll have to find a new defenseman. Ratu's back. I think the rest was just AHL signings. So still, we got $14 million there, and we actually have like 12 forwards. We do need 1 defenseman. We just need a bottom pairing guy. Not going to cost us a lot. Obviously, goaltending we're set too, so maybe there's a trade to be had even. All right, guys, so here we go. Entering free agency. Wow, Sidney Crosby leaving Pittsburgh. Drake Batherson, oh my goodness. Probably couldn't have re-signed him. He wants 13.5, 89 overall. Connor Zary there should be an RFA. He is. Sam Bennett's available. I feel like he was just in free agency. McGroarty's also there as an RFA. Same with Capo Caco. You got Zetterlund, Gostisbehere. Brendan Carlo's interesting. Kind of expensive for a bomb pairing guy. Velarde, Jack Quinn. All right, so again, our number 1 priority is obviously getting a 6th defenseman. Nick Jensen, 2.3. I mean, do we just do the 2 years? The thing is, like, we really don't need him for another year. I feel like for sure someone will pass him. Could get Ryan McDonough. He's 38, though, so it could drop in rating. 2A defenseman. Also, I think it's worse physically than Jensen at 3 stars. Now, Jalen Chatfield here is really solid. Defensive defenseman, 890 awareness, solid shot block, stick check, good physical. Bouillon there, of course, is an RFA, so Chatfield's a guy we could go out and get. The only thing is, we do have that elite defenseman who's 78 overall right now. There's a chance you could pass him this summer, in which case, like, do we even need him on that bottom pair? Maybe it actually makes sense to hold off here and just try to look for a forward, although the free agent ones aren't really that enticing. We got money, though. We're competing. I'd like to use it, so yeah, maybe we'll hit the trade market. First thing, though, we'll check two-way players. And speaking of a scarab before, 87 overall, he wants almost 10 million bucks. He is still an RFA. Two-way goalies, there's some decent ones, but honestly, we have Spencer Knight, so don't really need them. Now, we probably could use a couple AHL forwards. And while Gunler, 2580, low top 6. We do need a sniper. I'll definitely make him an offer. I thought he was a UFA, not an RFA, so I'm sure the Hurricanes match that. Now, Benjamin Keevan here, 20 years old, 76 overall, high top 9 sniper. Speaking of snipers, I'm not sure why Utah wouldn't sign this guy. Like, he's got tons of time to grow. Luke Tuck here, power forward, definitely could find a spot for him on the AHL team. This guy here, Morelli, 70 overall at 19 already, two-way forward, was a 5th round pick by the Flames 2025. I think if he grows right, could definitely be like a future 4th liner for us. And there we go, he says yes. I also noticed this player too, Murashev, already 75 and 19, another two-way forward. He was drafted 4th round by Montreal. I feel like these guys are definitely good enough to at least get a contract. Really interesting that they're not. And then in terms of AHL defensemen, probably make an offer here on Niemela, 25.79. Offensive, could definitely, I think, come in, help put up some points. Wants a 1 year, we'll offer 2, we'll overpay a little bit. And there we go. And I was looking around the league here, guys. I see the Vegas Golden Knights on Mark Stone on the block. 88 overall, still at 35, making 6.3 for the next 2 years. I think his contract might actually expire the same time as Marchessault, so could reunite them on the second line, Stammer in the middle. What I'm actually thinking is Evangelista's kind of lost his spot on this team. He's playing third line, but he doesn't really do anything PK-wise. 4.4 for 2 more years. If we can do, say, him and one of our medium elite goalies, I'm not even sure which one to do. That was actually too much value, so we'll do the high starter there on Rokin. And it looks to be pretty equal. Evangelista and him for Stone. And Vegas Golden Knights accept. Okay, so that's a big-time acquisition, and we still have a lot of money here to spend. But you know what, guys? I'm looking at free agency again, and really no one makes sense. So I think we're actually just going to keep our 12.2 million in cap space until maybe the trade deadline, add like some absolute superstar. Now, of course, that is assuming that our elite potential guy does make the team. If he doesn't, we'll probably have to immediately make a trade. Now, Gunler, guys, accept our offer as of now, but again, I didn't realize it was an RFA, so I'm sure the Canes match. Reed Schaefer for a 4th doesn't really seem worth it. And yeah, the Canes did match. And now, as you guys know, we got Ivor Stenberg on the team. I saw somebody comment saying we have to trade for his brother, Otto Stenberg, who's on the St. Louis Blues. So that's what we're going to try and do here. He's already 79 overall, center/left wing. He's 22 years old, playmaker there. So potentially, you know, could play together in the future. We got the Ratu brothers. Now we'll have the Stenbergs, although we'll see, you know, Stenberg's starting in the AHL. Eventually, he'll make the NHL. And we just traded for Lakovic. I feel like this could be a pretty fair trade. Stenberg's 2 years older and 7 overall higher. I mean, I don't know. Would they do this 1 for 1? Trades rejected. They said quite far off. I think it's pretty fair offer. Throw in like a future 4th rounder as well. And there we go. They're saying yes. Maybe the 4th was too much, but I do think it's cool to have the brothers. Also, guys, I'm glad we didn't sign or trade for a 6th defenseman, as D'Agostini is now 82 overall. So yeah, he's literally what we needed, plus elite potential, cheap deal. Perfect. And now next year, guys, we're having a conversation with Andrew Burnett about next season. I'm hoping he thinks we're going to be Stanley Cup contenders. Let's take a look. And he does think we should be competing for a Stanley Cup, which honestly, after looking at the squad, I feel like we should be one of the top contenders for sure. Also, too, in terms of the preseason, I was looking around. A lot of our players actually have really good offensive defense awareness at this point. So I'm actually thinking we'll go strength training here, increase everything, but you do lose a little bit of discipline. I feel like most of the guys, you know, have 85 plus discipline. They can afford to lose a little bit, especially if it makes our entire team stronger. And so next year, guys, I'll show the lines for next season. Obviously, we're running the first line back. Forsberg 95, Misa 88 now, Martyr 95, getting the +4. So the 2 wingers are playing like 99s. I'm honestly surprised Misa didn't grow more than that, but he was just his rookie year. Hope for big things from him. Second line, as I mentioned, so we got Stone there coming in, playing with his old Vegas teammate in Marchessault, and then we got Stenberg, the new rookie, in the middle. I'm hoping that's a 6. Second line. Third line here is actually Atu Ratu, Svechkov, and Bobkov. So entirely two-way forward line. Honestly, should be one of the best shutdown lines in the league. Like 5-star defense for Svechkov and Ratu. Hopefully, you know, they do well. And then fourth line here, you got Coleman playing with Stamkos and Wood. I feel bad for Stamkos. He actually went up in rating to 85. When I put him here before, he was an 83. I'm wondering, is that because we just boosted his physical stats that he's higher rated? I'm not too sure. But you can see his speed there is very low. Passing's not great. Shot, though, is still really solid. So even though he's playing fourth line, he'll be playing second power play for sure. It just, to me, made more sense. Like, he's 37, turning 38. I don't know if we're going to bring him back. It made more sense to me to give, like, the younger guys that ice time, make sure they stay playing well. Defensively, Yossi Clark, still our top pair. Clark's now 92. Anderson Yakimchuk on the second. Anderson there's up to a 91, and then Hudson, D'Agostini on the bottom pair I think is really, really nice. In terms of the goalies, look at this. Ravensburgen 91, Saros 91. Are you kidding me? We got 2 91 goalies, and Ravensburgen here's on an entry-level deal for the next 3 seasons. So you guys can let me know what to do. Honestly, I'm down to maybe just have some fun and have 2 90-plus goalies for the next 3 years, because again, it's not costing us anything extra. We're already paying Saros, so you guys can let me know. Like, this could be a Allmark Swayman type tandem. Maybe have, lowest goals against in the league over the next 3 seasons. AHL wise here also looks really good. Stenberg actually grew already. He's up to an 81. You got Killen Lynn in the middle. Gute there on the right wing. They're all 80 plus. Dargachensa been leading the team in scoring. He's on the second line with Ratu and Stranges. Bomb 6, I think, is looking good. And then defensively here, we actually have an 80 overall Tanner Melendijk on the top pair, playing with Niemela, who we just signed, Soderstrom, Gustafsson, Kulonumi, and McKinnon on the bottom. And then AHL goaltending, Knight still starting. He's an 82 overall now. So it's like I was saying, the NHL team's absolutely stacked. AHL team, I think, is honestly pretty stacked too. So hopefully we can at least get 1 championship next year, even if it's not the Cup. I'd like to, make it out of the first round. Maybe the AHL team, though, can win the Calder. And then looking at our team's ratings for next season, guys, we have 96 offense, 91 defense, and 97 goaltending. I think that's like one of the highest goaltending stats I've ever had. If those guys can keep getting better, maybe we can even get 99 goaltending, which would just be ridiculous. But I'm going to end it there, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.